Hi, welcome to the first official episode of my talk show, Respect the Culture. I started this really last minute, but I felt like it was something that I needed to do. I love to speak out. I love to talk about racial things. My mother likes to call me a mini activist because I just speak on everything and I'm not afraid to tell somebody how I'm really feeling or what my inner thoughts are. So the title of this episode is Am I Black Enough for You? And basically, I'm just going to be talking about my experience with just people judging me before they know me, or people that I know that judge me just because of the way that I talk or I act or I dress. So growing up in middle school, I feel like it wasn't that much of an issue, people telling me that I talk white or I act white, because I was surrounded by white people. I grew up in a super small, close-knit community. Nobody was saying that I was talking white or anything like that. I moved schools, so transitioning when I started high school, I started to realize that, not that I talk different or weird, but that people would point out that my speech is really, to me, I don't like when people say you talk white, you act white, because there's no way to determine how a white person acts and how a black person acts. The way that the media and the stereotypes that black people are ghetto, black people are loud, black people are just all of these negative things, and white people are glorified for whatever they do, but we are always the ones that are picked on. I hate the fact that I cannot sound and act educated and professional and just want to speak in full sentences. No, I don't speak in any I don't talk like slang terms or anything like that. And that's just me because I write. So I'm writing a lot, I read a lot, so therefore I speak like I am, I don't want to say highly educated, because people that are ghetto, they're not uneducated. But I act like, or I am highly educated when I'm speaking. I don't like to speak like I'm stupid or dumb or anything like that. And I feel like that is such a big problem in our society, that I cannot walk around and be professional and talk like I'm educated and just not talk like how the average black person talks. I can't act a certain way. I can't be myself because I am labeled as acting white or talking white. I stopped listening to people because for me it was like, it used to be something that I was I struggled with. Oh my gosh. It used to be something that I struggled with, and I was like, ugh, I can't say this, or I can't act like this or talk this way because they think that it's just really loud. Just gonna wait a second. So basically, I just used to feel like, because people thought that I shouldn't act that certain way, that I would overthink how I spoke. I would overthink how I address people. I would overthink how I talk. But that, I wouldn't say that was a struggle for me, because in my past, I had been through multiple friendships where I had been controlled, and they'd beat me down and tell me that I couldn't do certain things, or that I shouldn't act a certain way because of whatever reason. But from that friendship, once I left that friendship, that it just totally made me just not want to care what people think. And so now I don't care what people think, and I am quick to cut somebody off if they do or say something that I don't like. And that has really just developed me. That might be a part of growing up, but a lot of people that I know, they're not like that, and that they still let people dictate how they feel or how they act or how they should act or feel, and just the way that they should carry themselves. And back to what I was saying about acting white or talking white. Somebody cannot act or talk white. And personally for me, I used to feel like I needed to talk in slang terms. I needed to talk more ghetto, more urban, because if I didn't, that people would think that I was trying to be white. I felt like when I was talking white and acting white, people were questioning my blackness, and they had no place to question that. And it was often white people or people that aren't black, non-people of color, that would question my blackness because I carry myself in a way that other black people don't. That I talk and I like to just be appropriate in certain situations, that I know how to act and how to carry myself, and that is not something that a black person does not. Black people, they don't lack that that type of character. They don't lack not being able to act appropriate in certain situations, but the stereotype that black people have been given, the stereotype that the media and just the world in general has given us black people, I'm telling you, it's drilled us. It has buried our true potential. Because I feel like since the world, the media, everybody thinks that we are uneducated. They think that we're ghetto. They think that we're not capable of doing the same things that they are capable of doing, that black people, they just give up. I feel like there's a lot of black people that just give up, and they stop trying. They stop trying to do good. They feel like they're not smart enough to go to college. I've heard that so many times from my black friends, that they don't feel like they're smart enough to go to college when they are. The media beats them down. Like, I mean, it blows my mind how much we are hated in the media, how much we are hated in the world, and how much it affects young black kids. It's not me, but people that I know personally that don't feel like they're capable of doing the same things as their white classmates. That they feel like the white people in the classroom, heard this year or last year, that the white people in the classroom, if they cheat off of them or they study with them or something like that, that they will get a better grade because studying with somebody, or studying with themselves or studying with another black person, that they won't get it because they're not smart enough or they're not as smart as the white person. That's completely false. I don't get how, one, my blackness can be questioned, and two, why us black people don't recognize. Well, I do understand why, but I hate that we don't recognize how smart and how capable we are of doing the same things that the white people are. That we don't realize our inner strength, that we don't realize how strong we are. We don't realize how much we have contributed to this world, how much that we have contributed to the things that we use every day, how much we have done, how much we have built and invented that the white person hasn't, that we came up with. But they try to discredit us and tell us that we didn't do it. Or they put it in the media, they blast it, that we didn't come up with that when we did. That is mind-blowing to me, that someone can just steal like that with no remorse. And they do it often. I'm telling you, like, it happens so often that black people are discredited by the white person. That black people are discredited by the media, that black people are discredited by the world. Because it's just jealousy to me. I see that it's jealousy. You discredit a black person for doing something great. You try to bring them down. You try to one-up them for doing something great. That's just jealousy. You're jealous. You're jealous that you can't be like me. You're jealous that you can't do the same things that I can do. That's jealousy. It's straight jealousy. And that same jealousy is taught. That same jealousy that one person has teaches that to their kids, and that kid teaches their kids, and it carries on. That's how racism, hatred, jealousy, all of that it's a thing that is taught. We hear it a lot. Racism is taught. Nobody's born hating someone else because of the color of their skin. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just say that it has broke me down because the racist white person doesn't like me, because it hasn't. The household that I grew up in has totally made me aware of the world that we live in, and from a young age I've known that the only way that I can just know my worth and know in this world that I'm worthy of having the same thing that the white person is, just the only way that I've learned to do that is my parents and my inner self. I've learned that you cannot dwell, you cannot stress, you cannot just make it such a big deal that someone else, a whole race, racist part of a race, doesn't like you. You cannot make that a big deal. You have to learn why. You gotta learn your history, you gotta learn why. Then you've gotta accept that. You've gotta accept the fact that they don't like you. You've gotta accept the fact that you have to grow up now. I feel like I've been like this for so long. I've never been the type to dwell on why the racist white person doesn't like me, or why I wouldn't get chosen over a white person in a certain situation. Why I know that my application probably won't be looked at first because I'm black. That has just not been something that is on my mind. Because as sad as it sounds, as hurtful and as heartbreaking as it sounds, America is not for us black people. And that's okay. That's okay. But we live here. We live here. So you have to accept that and move on. Accept that and learn to grow. Accept that and learn to be greater. Accept that and learn to be just so successful. There's certain things that weigh the black person down, and those certain things have weighed us down for centuries. And those certain things continue to weigh us down because the world has not changed, but it has changed the way that everyone sees it. Racism has not gone anywhere, but it has changed in the way that everyone else sees it. It has changed because it is in the criminal justice system, and the justice system period. Racism has been imported. Racism has been inbred in the justice system, the government. Racism is at the top of everything. And that is a scary thought, but strength is all I can say. Strength. Learning to love yourself and love your people. Strength will keep you alive. Strength should be the center of no, that's a lie. God should be the center of everything, but strength should be something that you think about when you're having certain thoughts or feeling a certain way. Think of strength. Think of how you should react versus how you react or reacted. Think of how you should feel versus how you feel or felt. It should basically just be about learning to be content with the acceptance of your own people. You should be okay with the racist white person not being okay with you being black. You should be okay with the racist white person not wanting to see you succeed and doing everything they can to bring you down. I know I was just saying something, but this is my dog Max, and oh, my brother is about to leave for college, so this is my new friend, and I'm hoping that he'll help me because I'm gonna be really sad. Okay, Max, you wanna go? Say bye, Max. Say bye. Okay. So basically, just finding that inner peace, finding that inner strength, finding that inner love, and making sure that you are pouring that into other black people that are, maybe they're struggling with what you were struggling a couple years ago. Maybe they're struggling with that same thing. Uplifting other black people and not hating on them for doing great things. That is also something that the racist white person has imported in us too, instilled in us, that we should hate on each other because we're different shades or we look different, but we're all black. No matter where we come from, no matter who's our mom, who's our dad, we're all black. And that should not be, there should be no separation. So, I think I hit some good points today. So I'm really excited, and I thank you for watching my video. I hope it was not too long and that it didn't bore you, but I love to talk, so I don't think I bored you. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and I have 3 sentences for you. Respect the culture. We talk, you listen. Thank you.